Yes, I've got some sad news. Approaching 12 years I've been here at Devon County FA in a number of different roles, but I'll be leaving at the end of June 2025 to start a new job with the Activity Alliance, working in disability sport as a South West Strategic Partnership Advisor. Obviously my time at Devon FA is coming to an end, but I've got many thank yous in this talk to say. Football's changed. Football changes every season, doesn't it? From goal line technology to VAR, but in grassroots football there's been many changes. When I started back at the start of 2014, we had many different programs. We had a coach education program that was very big. That's now changed in terms of how that's delivered. We had an FA skills team, but that's now changed. In terms of how the staff has changed, many great teams. I'm a Liverpool fan, but Sir Alex Ferguson is probably the best manager England's ever had, and he developed so many different teams. So I've been in probably part of 3 different teams from the early days with Dave Keast, Annie Watts, John Oxley, and those staff to probably the second team with Howard Chaddock, Matt Barrett, Dan Eustace, Matt Rushton, Matt Eddy, Richard Mason, and then we've got a new team and a new vibrant, great team at the moment with Jake Birande, Nick Garlick, Dan Dixon, Max Millward, Alexi, Lorraine, Tat and Dawn. But obviously big thank you to everyone. I've worked very closely and longly with Chris French, Matt Hodgson and Anne Kemp across the 12 years. But yeah, like I said, there's many different teams that have changed across that time. But outside of the office, football has changed. The coach road has changed, the county ground. When I started, it was a grass football pitch. Now it's a 3G football pitch, used evenings and weekends, so that's been a big change. Playing styles have changed. There were many more adult male Saturday teams when I started 12 years ago. Playing habits have changed, obviously player lifestyles, small-sided football's grown, but also other formats such as walking football. Walking football's grown to develop the Devon Walking Football League and the Devon Women's Walking Football League. That's increased greatly. So yeah, many different changes, but for the better. And yeah, that's how life goes. But yeah, no, many different changes in football. There have been many, and yeah, I've been fortunate to work with great staff and great volunteers across the Devon football family. Disability football, which we'll touch on a bit later, but that's obviously been a massive part of my journey in developing disability football. But some of the key moments, helping form the Disability County Cup in 2016, and a key memorable moment, Twyford Spartans, the first final, Twyford Spartans at an Activity Town Ability Counts against Plymouth Argyle. In the final, the goalkeeper came up in the last minute and scored a header in the last minute to equalise, which took the game to penalties. That was a kind of a memorable moment. And the late Brian Reeby was assistant referee in that game. I worked closely with him over the years, and obviously the sad news that he's passed away this week. So that was a memorable moment. Power chair football development, that's been a memorable. Recent years I haven't been involved as much as power chair football, but going back 10-12 years, I was a key part of setting up the South West Power Chair Football League, and developed and also become a referee in power chair football. Supported Ocean City Power Chair and Exeter City Power Chair in forming their teams, fundraising, and that was a great 3-4 years being involved with that league, from being a league committee member, refereeing on the league, and seeing that sport grow for people with physical disabilities. Some other memorable moments, I guess more sadder news, COVID-19, how that kind of changed the world and changed football. But I do remember from 2020, when we were, as a majority of staff across the country, we were furloughed. When we were down to 3 days a week, I was tasked with leading on finishing the county cups that season. Some of the finals, we didn't finish all of them, but we finished some of them. And I guess just remembering back to that time of having to clean footballs, clean goalposts, the social distancing, how football changed for that 12-18 months. But yeah, that's obviously a memorable moment, but not as good a moment. Other memorable moments, leading on achieving the Equality Standard Awards for Devon FA in 2022 and 2023. Got an example here of the preliminary award that we won back in 2023. Another moment, obviously one of our key kind of taglines is enhancing lives through football in Devon. I guess if we're talking about an individual, would be a girl called Nissy. So back in 2016 we held an England Talent Day at South Dartmoor College for players with cerebral palsy, deaf and partially sighted. Nissy was 13 at the time, came along, never played football before, so Nissy was a deaf girl. We attached her or linked her to a local club, Newton Fire Girls. She came back 3 years in 2019 and her technical ability had soared, and from that 2016 to 2019 she got selected in 2019 for the England Women's Deaf Programme. And then she's now 22 and playing for Exeter City's Women's Ability Council team. So that's kind of a lovely memory for me to see how with it impacted on an individual's journey with a hearing impairment in football. Other key ones, I guess more fun one. I say more, they're all fun, but more funny ones would be staff related. We've had some great nights out over the years. Plymouth Raiders basketball, 2020 cricket nights out, and horse racing nights out. I won't say any more about the nights out. But also for a bit of fun, winning Super 6. Got my trophy, winning the Super 6 last season. Well done to Nick Garlick for winning it this year. But yeah, winning those leagues is a bit of fun as well. But I've had a great time, so many memorable moments across my 12 years in the Devon football family. I would say I've grown as a person. I joined here when I was 23, 24, just out of university. I guess as a person, kind of still young, not a boy, but kind of still living at home, that kind of thing. In those 12 years, personally, I've grown. Got now family, a little boy. But in terms of how I've grown in the role as well, I feel like I'm more of a leader now. I can be a team player and a leader. I'm proactive in terms of my decision making and on running projects. But yeah, as I said, I could be a team player, but I could be a leader at the same time. And yeah, I guess I've learnt many things to adapt my personality to the scenario. Being a referee definitely helps that, to develop that. But yeah, in terms of leadership skills, management skills, but being a team player as well, I'd say that's what I've learnt most. And we all love football, and to have had 12 years working in football has been a fantastic period for me, and I've loved it. I would say my biggest achievement would be in disability football, in terms of how we've increased participation. So 35 teams when I joined, up to nearly 90 teams now, so the growth of 600-700 players across that period. Women's disability football, we're one of 2 counties in the country, Liverpool FA being the other, to have a women's disability league, and doing some focus work back in 2016 to develop 4 new sessions, 4 new clubs. That was, I guess, I won't say my biggest achievement, because without the great clubs and volunteers leading on that as well, but that was a great point. Power chair football, as I said, I haven't been involved as much recently, but in my early days, helping set up the league, helping set up clubs, recruit players, I really enjoyed that, and a hard area to develop disability football. That was a key achievement. And the league development. So when I joined the Devon Ability Council League, was pretty much run in-house. We kind of coordinated the finances, organised tournaments, to have probably, the last 5-6 years ago, to have formed a separate league committee. The league's now standalone, has its own league treasurer, its own league bank account. So in terms of stability and sustainability of the Devon Ability Council League, I would say that's been a key achievement as well. Hardworking, supportive, helpful. I think when you love what you're doing, like I've probably never seen it as a job 9 to 5. Like you love what you're doing, you're working in football, and growing up watching Liverpool on the TV or Sky Sports, that kind of thing. To then be eventually at kind of 18, 21, 22, then working in football. You don't necessarily see it as a job. So hopefully my hard work ethic have always been there helpful to help clubs with any questions, any queries, a team player, so I can support others in delivering their projects, but also I can be a team leader as well and lead on events. Adaptable, so I can adapt my skills to different scenarios, and also passionate about football. I'd finish on that, which I still will be leaving Devon FA. I'm still always going to be passionate about football. Three words. I would say impactful, hopefully in terms of what I've delivered and been part of, co-delivering many things or leading on delivering things. We've had some great results, as we said, disability football's increased participation, walking football's growth, and the quality diversity work. Positive, I'd like to think I've always kind of got a positive outlook on life, and also in terms of football, we want everyone to be involved, football for everyone, football for all. And the last word, memorable. I've had a great 12 years, I've loved every moment. Like I said, I've never really seen it as a job, because it's very lucky to be involved working in football. I'm still going to be a referee, refereeing at Step 5 and 6 in the Western League and South West Peninsula League. So the Devon clubs will still see me either in the middle or on the line in Southern League level. Also, I still intend to be involved refereeing disability football and walking football. The South Devon area, refereeing the South Devon League. And also, originally where I'm from in North Devon, I'm still going to be running the Kingsley League Cups, which is a North Devon Sunday Cup competition. Still be involved in that, and so still going to be involved in football, not as much as previously, obviously with my new job role with the Activity Alliance, but I still will be involved in football. Just a massive thank you. I've been so lucky to work with so many great clubs, leagues, partners, Devon FA Council, committees, boards, coaches, referees. Everyone's been helpful. There are always going to be challenging, tough times, but I'd like to think I've always approached that situation and helped others. But without so many players and volunteers and coaches and people across Devon, I couldn't have delivered it myself. So to a big thank you to everyone. You've been part of the journey, you've developed football, disability football, walking football being those two key areas that I've been part of. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to have the results and rewards we've gained. So just a massive thank you. I'll still be around, like I say, probably more in a refereeing capacity now, but a massive thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I wish everyone the best for the future.